Call of Duty Zombies is just one of those games that is shrouded in mystery, and a lot of this is because of the environment, Easter eggs, and just all-around spookiness of the maps. And since the inception, people have speculated about what might be hidden in the game. Word of mouth was the only way to really know what was hidden, until the online forums and YouTube came along to add fuel to the hoax fire. And even though we all know that you shouldn't believe everything you read on the internet, this didn't stop some people from trying to bamboozle the zombie fans. But why would someone lie on the internet, you may ask? Well, simple. Upvotes and that oh so precious internet street cred. So let's take a look at some of the many interesting and infamous hoaxes of Call of Duty Zombies throughout the years. So after Transit and Nuketown released in Black Ops 2, people were pretty thirsty for DLC. So thirsty in fact that people started to have some fun with it and created some fake leaks. Some of the more notable ones are Black Ops 2 Liberation featuring the zombie map Agartha, Induction with Paris, Maxis with Berlin, and Orientation with the map Dead High. And I hate to say it, but I think we have Riese to blame for this. Because this leak turned out to actually be real. Look, I'm not trying to put more hate on Riese than it already has, but is it really that hard just to take a good picture? A couple years later and Black Ops 3 was mostly spared, with most of the leaks actually being legitimate. Besides a few exceptions, the incel? Most of them were nowhere near the realism of fake leaks for Black Ops 2. Okay, quick side note. A few years ago, some guy on Reddit tried to create a hoax called White Ops. And even though no one actually fell for it and it was pretty much downvoted into oblivion, I just had to show you this. Notice, you're playing an early alpha game of Call of Duty White Ops. Leaking it will result in A, employer termination. Sorry boss, I leaked the game and now you're fired. Before the DLC map Gorod Krovi was released, on June the 27th, 2016, YouTuber Riese was privately messaged a picture of Black Ops 3 gameplay with a new perk called Radiation Rum. People quickly started speculating, especially since the room the perk was in resembled the room in a trailer for the DLC map. However, it didn't take long for people to notice that, hey, wait a minute, the gun on the screen is not the MR6, this is the MR6. And the guy who created it quickly came forward and showed that he made it as a concept that was based on the old Ammo-Matic perk that was scrapped in Call of Duty World at War. Speaking of World at War, the Type 99 is a weapon in the Call of Duty World at War campaign and multiplayer. People really wanted this gun in their Riese, leading to a lot of speculation on how to get it. This led to people creating tutorials that didn't actually show them obtaining the weapon, and many YouTube videos showing it in-game without any explanation on how to actually get it. It was mods. It's always mods. And this all originated from Treyarch, who in a now deleted blog post announced that the gun would be included. However, shortly before the launch of the map, the gun was cut from release. Okay, so this one is not specifically zombies, but I had to include it because it's just so bizarre. So during the build-up towards Black Ops 3, someone in marketing had a brilliant idea. On November 6th, the official Call of Duty Twitter account changed its name to Current Events Aggregate, where we bring you the real news, including its branding, and started posting about attacks and explosions in Singapore, and that the authorities have officially declared martial law. Mind you that this was in 2015 when quite a lot of attacks happened, like the Charlie Hebdo attack. So to say that this wasn't very thought out is putting it mildly. Call of Duty later tweeted that this was a glimpse into the future fiction of Hashtag Black Ops 3. Obviously, people weren't very happy about this. Jason Blundell, who was the game director at the time, even came out and apologized, stating, "I personally am very sorry for anyone who looked at it and got the wrong idea." Okay, so on a bit of a lighter note, there were also a lot of fake loading screens. Now, DLC leaks had people always pretty skeptical, but loading screens, I mean, you can't fake that, right? Too much effort. Riese fake loading screen, Origin's fake loading screen, Buried, fake, Arrowhead, Atlantis, Der Kammer, just to name a few. I mean, you have to give some credit to the creativity. Yes, some were just a few images slapped together, but a lot of them were actually quite close to the real deal. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if some of these people actually got a job out of it. I think we all knew that this one was coming. I fell for this, you fell for this, we all at least tried it once. What started out as rumors and your friend telling you about it developed into an uncountable amount of YouTube tutorials where you have to press X when a question mark turns gold, specific orders for shooting and aiming, spinning around, knifing the hinges on the box, standing in the lava for 10 minutes, etc, etc, etc. And all that just to get the SMR. I guess it was just hard to believe that the mystery box was actually random, but there was one specific hoax to rule them all, and that was of course the golden ray gun. Why gold? Well, it's more expensive. Created by the legendary hoaxer Jimbathy, who still to this day is making fake Easter eggs and hoaxes in games like Fortnite. And you gotta hand it to him, because back in 2013 he had everyone convinced that this was a real thing. However, the golden ray gun actually did make a few appearances in Call of Duty Zombies, although most likely not intentional. In the last gen versions of Black Ops 3, the ray gun came gold straight out of the box. And in Black Ops 4 Blackout during the beta, people were actually finding the golden ray gun. But unfortunately, it was just a graphical glitch. Okay, so before we get to our final hoax, I want to talk about a few honorable mentions. These were not exactly hoaxes, but also not just rumors. And when finding these during my research for this video, I just found them quite intriguing. Hello my baby, hello my honey. Who can forget the Nuketown Bunker? People were so set on the idea that there was more to Nuketown Zombies, and specifically this bunker came with so much mystery and allure. When you knife the bunker, the character Marlton from Transit can be heard, and for a long time people speculated that he could somehow be freed. And after it was discovered that the bunker seemed to be open in the game over screen, people really started to believe. But besides some good clickbait, this small hoax was mostly just a rumor. Hello, my ragtime gal! So a little while back I made a video about the zombies talking in Die Rise if you play as Studinger. A lot of people pointed out in the comments that they also say Sam, referring to Samantha Maxis. However, the truth here is actually in reverse, and the character Samantha was created by Treyarch out of this misheard quote. The Twitter account COD Lore Facts very recently posted about this, referring to an old post that sparked this whole creation, and eventually found it on a GameSpot forum where the user Turmoil Reaper pointed out that the zombies say Sam since verrucht. Baby, my heart's on fire! I mean, I just had to include this because even though it was never really faked, or at least not believed by the community, the Zombie Chronicles 2 has always been the #1 thing on any zombie fan's wishlist. The original Zombie Chronicles was a massive success, with it being the most sold DLC ever made for Call of Duty. So, said the community, maybe you wanna, do it again? And Treyarch said, nothing. Of course, but this didn't stop it from being clickbaited to absolute death on YouTube, and honestly, I can't blame them. Will it ever come out? Maybe, but so far every opportunity to do so has been skipped. And finally, last but most certainly not least, we have the Zombies collection. For years, fans have screamed and begged for a standalone Zombies game. And in 2014, it actually looked like this might be happening when someone uploaded this screenshot of the GameStop website, where next to Advanced Warfare was the Call of Duty Zombie collection. It was claimed that this was only visible for a very short period of time, and that GameStop quickly removed it after realizing they made some major spoilers. This story started to crack a bit when people realized that the image used was just a Black Ops Resurrection pack. And then it all fell apart when screenshots were posted of conversations with Xbox support, who apparently was very happy to confirm the game's existence. The good news is, yes, it is true that this game will come soon. You have nothing to worry about, as this will be a big surprise for Call of Duty gamers. And the whole thing was quickly debunked. But at first glance it makes sense. We get a remastered version of all the maps, and Treyarch gets money. Simple, right? Well, as of now, going to the Steam store will tell you instantly that they are most likely making way more money of the old games than if they were to release a collection. Since Black Ops 2, a game that came out 11 years ago, still sells for $60. However, a few people on Twitter known for early Call of Duty leaks have started to hint at a possible standalone Zombies game, so who knows? Maybe 2023 will really be the year we finally get a Zombies collection, or I'll just have to make another one of these videos. Okay, so, even though we have reached the end of the video, there is one more hoax I would like to cover. However, when starting my research, I discovered a rabbit hole that I haven't been able to get out of just yet. So I'll be releasing that very soon-ish. And yeah, if you want to see that, you can subscribe. I just want to clarify that unlike other YouTubers, I won't charge you for a subscription. I know that's kind of a controversial topic, but I believe it should be free. Oh, and also a like is very much appreciated. This video took quite a long time to make, and the next one is already taking even longer. So please stay tuned. Bye bye.